episode of SitWitShy. Today I'm joined by Thomassia.
Hi.
She's going to tell us a little bit about herself, and then we're going to discuss music and faith-based things as well. So can you introduce yourself quickly?
Hi everyone, I'm Thomassia. I'm a trainee pharmacist. Also, I'm a daughter of God.
Yes.
And I actually love singing. I love singing a lot, and I love dancing as well. So yeah, and I'm also a vocal coach. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Wow. So she's heavily involved in like music and then like the arts, but she does it all for the glory of God, which is amazing. I think the first thing that I want to ask you is, what is your favorite song right now?
My favorite song. Ooh, I like that. My favorite song is "The Grace" by Frank Edwards. I'm still listening to it, so I'm not even gonna I don't really know like that, but yeah, it's a really lovely song. I really love it. At the moment, yeah.
What do you love about it though?
It's the vibe, because it's more like Afro beat and stuff, and then also the words, like it's like showing the grace and the grace of the Lord, so like in that sense, that's in the form of a song. So I actually love it. Yeah, I've been listening to it lately a lot. Yeah.
Do you have like a specific genre of music that you like, or
gospel? I'm not gonna lie.
Straight gospel.
It's mainly that. Yeah, I do listen to Afrobeat every now and then, but it's mainly gospel. Yeah, for me. Yeah.
Okay, which gospel singer, if you can name 3 gospel singers, who like really touches you when they sing? I know that's a hard question.
Actually, I don't even name gospel as a genre, because obviously there's different ones anyway. Types. But hopefully you guys get what I mean. But anyways, with gospel musicians, I'll say Nathaniel Bassey, Dunsin, Victoria, Frank Edwards as well, Don Juan, like all of them actually. There are quite a lot of them, and Philippa Jaleh as well. I don't know if you know him, but he's
I haven't heard that one. Okay.
Yeah, he's really good as well. Yeah, I have quite a few of them. They're quite a lot. So yeah, but those are the few.
The main ones. Yeah. Okay. Do you listen to more like cultural gospel music? So like, she's Ghanaian. So do you listen to more Ghanaian gospel, or do you listen to a wide range?
It's wide range for me. Yeah, definitely. Because I can listen to Lauren Daigle. I can listen to Francesca Battistelli, if I say the name more, and then like other people. Like it's definitely like different people. Like, yeah, in that sense. Yeah.
Okay, so like, what led you to use your music? Because you, as long as I've known you, you've always been singing and dancing. Yeah. So.
For me, well, I would say, for me, it's like when I was younger, my family, especially my mom's side, we love to sing. Like literally everyone sings. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was this one time that one of my uncles had a naming ceremony, and we after church we didn't really do anything huge. We just bought like food. There's this place called Papaya. We just ordered from them, and we're just sitting, we're just vibing, we're just singing the whole time. So like with me, actually my mom's side, we just sing. So like it birthed out from there into like me singing more now and everything. Yeah. That's lovely. It's more like that for me. Yeah.
So it's like a family choir kind of vibe. Okay, cool.
It's lovely. It's actually lovely. I wish I had a proper fun then. But anyways, yeah, it's actually lovely. Yeah.
Do you sing in church as well?
Yes, I do. By God's grace, I do. Worship leader at church sometimes and all that. Yeah. By God's grace, yeah.
Very nice. So like, you're a worship leader. Is there like a specific order that you like to do your songs? Like some people start with praise and then into worship.
For us, mostly in our church, most of the time it's praise into worship. Okay. Most of the time. Yeah. Just a few times that we might do worship into praise. Yeah. And most of the time it's praise to worship. Okay. So so it's mainly that. Yeah. For us. Yeah.
Do you have a preference? So like, I know some people they're like heavy praise singers, and then you have those that just worship. Like, which one is your preference?
I would say worship, even though there shouldn't be a preference in that sense. I feel like it's because and I need to choose my words carefully as well, because obviously praising God in terms of because obviously both of them is still the same. It's still you worshiping God anyway. Yeah. But like, the praise app in that sense. I know I love to dance, so I should be leaning towards praise in that sense. Yeah. But then generally I'm like more worship. And I think people can like testify to that as well. Like even in like maybe the way I do it and everything. So for me mainly, one thing that I try to work on a lot, and I even ask like even my pastors for review and stuff, is praises, because I feel like I need to do more on because obviously you have to involve everyone and everything. Like it matters as well. So for me, I'll say worship. For me,
I feel like for me, I don't know if I have a preference, I'll be honest with you. I feel like for me it's just dependent on what mood or where I'm at, if that makes any sense. Like sometimes you just want to dance and sing and jump around and praise God.
Yeah, I actually understand that.
And then sometimes you just want to sit back and be reflective. So it'll be the worship. So I completely understand what you're saying.
I get it. For sure.
You mentioned that you're a vocal coach. So like, what do you look for specifically in someone's voice? Like, how do you help them?
Oh, it depends on the person really, and like maybe what stage they're at or what their goal is in that sense. So for me, it could be anything, but like mainly I think one thing that from coaching for a while, one thing that I've generally realized is stage presence in terms of like being stage fright as well, and practicing, because people don't be practicing.
It's so
Even for me, sometimes I'm never gonna lie, sometimes I don't. Like, I'm like, girl, you gotta practice, that kind of thing. But that's the main thing. Like, people don't practice, so they're not able to like even know what their vocal range is, or like which registers they're good, like in that sense. And sometimes people don't challenge themselves as well. So there's that too. So like for me, it's like those things, and it depends on the person, like I said as well, and what they want to learn and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So there's that.
You mentioned like challenge, and it kind of just brought me back to like uni choir, so like sound of science. Okay. So for the longest time I was singing alto, and then the choir leader was like, "No, you're a soprano." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Like, you gotta move. I'm done.
So like challenging yourself vocally is very good.
It's true. It helps a lot. Because for me, I normally would just choose a G and go, man, I'm so sorry. In that sense. When I'm like, Thomassia, please, it's okay. Like, move on kind of thing. And even sometimes for, because one of my pastors at church, Pastor Joshua, he's a musician. Okay. And like, he plays the keys most of the times and all of that. And with him, there are times that he would, he would tell me like, I should start singing, and he would follow kind of thing. But then sometimes he would start with the key, and I'm like, okay, let me try this, so that kind of thing, and it does challenge me. So I think it's good for us to challenge ourselves. It's important for us to challenge ourselves, because otherwise we'll just stay.
It's true. In the same register.
Yeah. So it's actually true. We'll do that.
Would you advise people? Because as you said, some people, they're comfortable singing in a lower register. How would you bring your voice to singing like higher registers? What would you do?
What would you do? That's a good question. I think sometimes when we listen to songs, we would not all the time, but sometimes we'll naturally go for someone that maybe sounds like us, especially if we want to learn maybe that particular song. So like sometimes choose songs that are actually maybe higher or lower, because not everyone might want to go higher. Some people would rather sometimes I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. But so we should try and listen out for songs that are in keys that are a bit higher, and in that light or in that sense it could help us. And then also if like maybe have a more of like a musical ear, like a musical inclining, even in songs that may be in your range, try and sing it in a higher register, like a higher key in that sense. I think stuff like that would definitely help. I think it's really, sometimes it kind of looks maybe complex, but then it's really simple. Like you can actually just choose things that are simple, and it will take you like further, honestly, because practice is what matters, really and truly. So
I appreciate what you said. Absolutely, practice makes perfect. So I definitely agree.
It does.
Are there any vocal warm-ups that you'd recommend? If so, let's do one now.
Yep.
Show us what to do.
So there's quite a few. There's humming, but then doing it in more of like a sirening way. So there's sirening. So like, you know how you hear a siren in general? Yeah. And then coming back into your lower register, that kind of thing. So like you can choose to do that, and then you can do there's ones that like with songs. I think one that I really love, because I was in the choir as well in uni, Q gospel choir. And then we had like these vocal warm-ups as well that we do. It's more of like you just how do you call it? You sing either in numbers or you sing the song. So we had 1 2 3 2 1 1 2. I don't know if you know that particular one. And then there's like one. The Lord is my shepherd. So you start with like one of your lowest like registers, or like you hopefully you may know. If you don't know it, I can help you. That kind of thing. But there's like lower registers that you can start with, and then you go into like the higher ones, and you can come back down with it, like more of intonation, whichever way that you want to do it. But there are those like warm-up exercises as well. And there's a bubbling one, bubble one, sorry. You put how do you call it? A straw. Is it called bubbling? Actually, I don't remember the name at the moment. But anyways, you put a straw like in water, and then you just blow. Like, probably bubbling technique, but you do that for a while, like kind of thing, and then it also helps with like your vocal best in English. The English is not kind of well, but like with the voice, I'm just saying like that at this point. But like in that sense too, there's that too. I see quite a number of people do it. I don't do it that often. I think I should be doing, but it also really helps. Really? It also really helps.
I'm gonna try that one. I've never tried the one with the straw.
You can use it. You can generally use any straw that you want. Yeah. Like obviously we're saying the environment, so like you choose the ones that.
Save the pros. Brilliant.
That too is there.
What's your advice about like vocal strain? Because sometimes people, when they're trying to hit like higher notes, they will really push and it will like hurt their voice. What can they do?
I think there's chest voice, and then there's head voice. And then even with like even a nasal voice, even though when you sing like nasally, it's quite obvious. It's like really obvious that you're singing nasally. But there's a way that you can like if you practice with like your chest and then moving into your head and then nasally, there's a way that you can sing with both, but then it would still work. I even saw the video quite recently. Even for me, it was quite new to me, but it's actually possible.
Okay.
So in terms of like straining your voice, obviously we should always sing from our diaphragm anyway. Like it should be from our diaphragm. Like there are times that we would naturally probably just want to go for the throat because it's easier
it's true.
in that sense. But then we should mainly try to sing from our diaphragm. Like it should mainly be that from like our stomach region in that sense. So if you're able to like learn with that and then even move into your head voice as well, it would help and prevent you from straining mainly. Because like when you sing with your head, it can, I mean, it's called head for a reason, so you can feel it here.
It's true.
But then it does help as compared to you using your throat and just straining your voice, because it causes it does a lot of damage, honestly. Brilliant. And then you'd have to heal and all of that as well. So,
Thank you for that. Like, how do we sing from our diaphragm? Because some people, they might not even know what the diaphragm is. How do we do that then?
Okay, that's a very good question. But anyways, so I can show y'all. You know, sometimes when you're asked to breathe in and breathe out, we normally just and then be doing from it. No, you shouldn't be doing that, but it should be more from here. Okay. So when you're breathing in, air should fill your lungs. So like this place, I don't know if you guys can see my stomach, but anyways, air should fill your lungs, and when you're breathing out, it should come out in that sense. Like your stomach would go back in that sense. So when you're breathing in, it should fill, and then when you're breathing out, it should come out in that sense. So so that's more of how you can sing from that sense.
That's a fantastic example. You mentioned the shoulders, as well.
Yeah, because people will naturally. But that's not you. That's not you doing breathing exercise. Oh, and obviously breathing in and out exercises as well. Yeah, like it's so important to do, so that you're able to even when you're singing like a song that's maybe in quote unquote hard or quite complex, when you do like more breathing, you're able to like control it. So like that breath control also helps. In that sense. Just remember that as well.
What about songs? Because there's some gospel songs or songs in general where there might be a really long note, and like for me as well, I have to really push to try and get through to the end of that note. What can we do?
I think sometimes you can breathe, but I don't make it too obvious, because like you can breathe for like you said, it will be a long note. You can breathe for the longer note, and then in the in between two, you can kind of breathe like, and then don't make it so obvious. Like with practice, it will be fine. But like you can try and breathe in the in between two. So like as you're singing, and you try and breathe in between, and then you continue singing. Otherwise, you might be out of breath at this point.
No, it's so true.
To be honest, it's important for you to do that. So 100%.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you pray before you lead any praise and worship?
Most of the time. There are times that I forget to. I'm not even gonna lie. One thing about me, there's no point in lying. Like God knows, honestly speaking. But like, there are times that I actually forget to, which is not great in that sense. But like most of the time, yes, you should do, because in as much as maybe how do you call it? Obviously, skill is important in everything, 100%. I don't say but, and you should also realize that the Holy Spirit is the one that's helping you, really and truly. And that's why you might be great or whatever. It's the Holy Spirit that's enabling us. So you need Him to be able to lead you. And even in terms of, because obviously even with worship as well, like our mission as well is also important. So like we have a great commission to fulfill in that sense. So when I'm coming this day, maybe the Holy Spirit might lead me to more songs that talk about healing, more songs that talk about just praising Him throughout. Like in that sense, you need to be in tune with the Spirit to be able to know what He wants you to sing more, or like to do more in that sense. Or like if it's just going to be, because even with prayer has to do with even singing as well and everything too. So if at that point in time, in terms of like the worship session, if it's more like maybe you speaking out the word, more of maybe you singing more, like that kind of thing, you'll be able to know if you pray, like you said. 100%.
I agree with like sometimes you will notice that the service or even the songs, as you said, you might have a set list of songs that you're meant to sing, but sometimes like something's put in your spirit to sing a certain thing. So do you think that we should just like follow the order of songs, or literally just go with the flow of?
I think in terms of even how do you call it, before, like let's say a Sunday, or if you've been invited to minister, etc., you would hopefully rehearse and hopefully like pray towards and everything. The Holy Spirit will lay songs upon your heart. But then there will be times that at that particular moment, not to say that the Holy Spirit didn't know that it will change or whatever, but there may be times at that particular moment that He's leading you towards a particular song that's ringing in your spirit. I think that generally like happens a lot to most people as well. But like so that's why I also mentioned like being sensitive as well. So definitely do please practice and rehearse before the day, and like pray into it and everything. But also be sensitive, so that in case He's leading towards another song or a song that maybe you didn't rehearse for, that you'd go in line with that as well. In that sense, definitely.
What could someone do if they want to join choir, or if they just generally love singing, they want to just sing more. What can they do to get over like stage fright? Because sometimes it's really hard. Yeah,
it is. Honestly speaking, I think I've had quite a few people, even from like the conversations that I had like a few years ago and whatnot, mentioning even stage fright and everything, like building confidence and all. I think it definitely does start from the mind. I think we should start by stopping.
Yeah, that's
like,
a good one.
Honestly, start by stopping. That's one thing that I personally have learned. Yeah. Start by stopping. Like, just stop and just chill out. And like take a moment and like think about like what matters really and truly, because we know that this is even for a purpose as well. Like, mainly, I know I could be saying this so easy gets territorial, but if you believe it, you know you know, and you should start by stopping, because we even know, I think it's in Genesis, it is Genesis 2, that talks about how God created rest in the first place. So if he even stopped in the first place before even like obviously that was a quote unquote last thing that he did, but it was something that he created, so we should rest in it as well. So if you're resting in it, in terms of us being able to change our mindset about the fact that I know that at this particular point in time, I really don't want to be here to be singing to everybody and everything, but I know that there's the reason for this and there's a purpose for this, and that God called me to be here. So I would actually let him take control instead of me, because me, in terms of speaking, personally, I'm generally I'm not really a great public speaker and whatnot, but I'm like, God, enable me, like speak through me, like it's you, it's not me at this point, in that sense. So yeah, I think that's one, like the major thing. Maybe I haven't covered it fully, but like that's a major thing. You need to start by stopping, honestly speaking.
That's good.
So yeah.
Do you think that your confidence has developed while
100%? Love 100%. Like for me, I would say, because I'm not from here originally, you know, anyway. I'm from Ghana originally, and like since like my teens and whatnot, I've been singing. So like both in church and even in school, secondary school and everything, I've been singing. So all of that, all those years have definitely built my confidence 100%. In that sense, I mean, there are times that I'm still nervous, I'm not gonna lie. But generally and mainly, it has built my confidence so much, and I'm so grateful for like even everyone at every stage as well, like my choir masters and like my friends and like everyone that even helped me, even up to this point, even those that were not necessarily even singing or whatever. Like, it's been great because they've really helped me, like for me to be able to reach this point. 100%. Yeah,
that's lovely. Do you prefer to sing solo, or do you prefer being in a choir? Because I know people have preferences.
That's a good one. I haven't really thought of that, you know. I haven't really thought of that. I mean, generally, I like to back. Not to say that I don't like singing solo. I do 100%. I don't have like, I wouldn't say I really have a preference, you know. I haven't really thought of that. But I do love backing though, because I feel like with that too, I'm able to like choose a part that I want to sing in that sense. So like I'm able to do that. But then I realized also particular like season, or like some few years ago, that I realized that I just wanted to just be backing. And then I didn't really want to like be how do you call it, doing a solo, because I know that sometimes I'll have to sing keys that I don't want to sing, that kind of thing. So like there was a season that I was like doing that, and I was like, love, it's not because he just really wants to back, it's because he don't want to sing. So let's be for real. In that sense. So I don't really have a preference per se. But yeah, that's it for me. How about you actually?
I was thinking about this, that's why I asked you the question. I like to sing by myself, but I love being a part of choir. There's something magical and beautiful with voices coming together.
There is.
I get chills.
I agree with that 100%. I actually agree with that. It's lovely, and like that sense of like family like you like that you have as well, and like being together, like even having fun as well. You might just remind me of uni, because we used to do a lot and whatnot as well. When we have rehearsals, at times that we can just have like just a chill time. Let's just eat pizza and enjoy, and just do a karaoke night, that kind of thing. And it's just lovely. It really is. But that's actually true.
No, I agree.
True.
Do you think that music has helped you? Because like you just reminded me of something, like even through uni, I feel like being a part of a choir, being a part of like church band and stuff like that, it really carried me through my uni experience. I mean, I'm 25 now, but I mean, when I was at university, has singing or music helped you?
Definitely. I even know for me, when I was in first year, I was like, I don't want to do anything else. I just want to be steady and be focused, that kind of thing. One of my friends was like, girl, I'm inviting you to choir, better come, that kind of thing. So that's how come I even joined, because I did not even make up my mind to join in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, it's definitely helped me, and it's been like great, because by God's grace as well, I was on a committee as well, and it's been great like having that team, because there are times that maybe I can't necessarily do this, and then like I'll help you with that kind of thing. Shout out to Peace, by the way. Peace, love you. She was like president for like some years and everything, vocal coach as well. She's great. Peace, love you sis. But yeah, having that sense of like community, having that how do you call it, like help as well, because there may be times that you can't necessarily maybe like hit that note or like push or whatever that it is, but then you know somebody that can, or there's somebody that can actually encourage you to do that as well in that sense. So for me, and even in terms of like uni, like you said, in terms of with how uni can be and whatnot, for me, sometimes I was like, I don't want to be here. I'm like, Lord, can I not be here? Not in terms of choir, I mean like uni. In that sense, like, because sometimes, it can be challenging in that sense. But like having the choir, like, ours was on Mondays that we would like rehearse. Going on Mondays for like rehearsal and everything, so like you can have a chilled moment, like in the presence of others and even in the presence of God as well in that sense. So yeah, it was definitely great. You just remind me of that.
Aww.
But yeah, yes please.
So like, have you always, outside of uni, been a part of some sort of choir? Or something?
Yeah. And since I was younger, really. Yeah. Like, I mean, back at home with my sisters, because my sisters sing as well. Yeah. And like my mom and everything, like we had moments of we'd be singing and stuff. And then entering into secondary school as well, I was in a choir. Wow. It was more choral as well. So like I had that choral aspect as well, which I'm really grateful for because I love choral music. So yeah, there's that too. And then entering, and also in the church that I used to be in as well, I was in a choir. So like, yeah, I've been in a choir like since I was young. Now that I think of it. Yeah, by God's grace. Yeah.
Always in and out of music. That's fantastic. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Question. What is your favourite choral or choir song? Ooh. And then also, what's your favourite song to sing by yourself?
By yourself, I like that. Choral songs. I have quite a few, but I was singing one this morning actually. I don't know the words like that, but it's been really, guys. It's been a while since I was in secondary school. I'm not trying to say I'm old, but I'm kind of am. But anyways, there's this particular one. I think it's more like fancy. Okay. Let me try and see if I get the words wrong. Please forgive me, those that can speak fancy. But anyways, I think it goes like, many doubt Onya meya abofra amena menyim nantil but me nantil neni minko adum nyame I only me something like that. But like it talks about how like God should help me throughout the journey, like even in my walk in that sense. I think that's mainly what it says. So yeah, I really love that song. I was singing it this morning. So, yep. And then the previous one I like to sing. That is I have quite a few, I have quite a few, but I would say mainly Victoria Renza's songs. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. You know Victoria Renza, right? Yeah. I love her songs in general. Like I love her songs, and I think recently I was singing one of her ones. I get back, I like to also remake songs.
Remake?
Honestly, I'm making my own. Yeah. I know they walk alone. That's how it goes. Okay. But like I love her songs. Victoria Renza songs. I love them. Honestly. Beautiful. Yeah. For me, yeah. Okay. Are you like me? Sometimes when I hear a song, automatically I start harmonizing with it. Do you do that as well? Okay, cool. Yep. I do that a lot. And I'm like, maybe when I'm singing the high, I'm like, I don't know, sing that. And I choose the song, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think it's great to do that as well. Because like even though like it's in your comfort, and, like you're just thinking, but like you're also learning as well. Because sometimes you could sing the particular thing, like, I didn't know I could do that. That kind of thing. So like I think definitely helps as well. Yeah. Like, how do you develop your musical ear? So I have loads of people who they can sing, but for example, they wouldn't necessarily know how to find like a key. How do you develop that? I think this may be really simple, but having a piano thingy on your phone, like the piano app on your phone, it really helps. And like I said, practice is really important. So like when you're there, you can like play keys and like try and like sing and like try and see if it sounds like it, or obviously to get help as well, because if maybe you don't really have an inclination like at all in that sense, you can get help, and then when you start doing that, and then maybe they're like, no, that's not the key, love, like maybe they can help you to know which key you're singing in, and then even from that and from there as well, and using that piano as well, like singing and then like trying to figure out what key it is, you'll be able to figure it out. I think or I believe, because if you generally listen to music a lot and whatnot, not to say that you can know what key the person's singing in or whatever, like if you listen to music in general and whatnot, I'm sure if somebody is singing in a particular way that is not the same key as the artist that you heard, you'll be able to tell in that sense. So like even from there, going into it, I think when you do that like more, you'll be able to tell like which key it is, or like whether you sound the same with the keyboard or like that kind of thing. Yeah. Nice. I think that will help. Yeah. When because I used to do choral stuff as well all throughout secondary school, and they taught us how to sight read, and I can't remember sight read for the life of me now. Like, personally, I don't know how to do that. I know it may sound really weird, but I actually don't know how to do that. It's something that I like. It's in my plans to learn, but I don't know how to do it at all. I really should learn it though, but I don't. I actually don't. I'd like to pick it back up. Yeah. You sure? You really sure? because I actually had my book that can do that personally. Like
it's so fancy.
It is. Honestly, but yeah, it's something I need to learn. Yeah, I really do. So yeah, I'll add it to the things I need to learn. Especially this year, so I need to make it yeah, I do.
We'll pray for each other. Yeah.
Amen. We should. Yeah. Maybe we should even have go for like a session or something.
That'd be good.
We should. Put it in our books.
Have you even been looking at actual vocal coaching? I found one. We should actually go to one at some point.
Is it? Yeah. Like around here?
There's one. It depends. There's one in West London, so if you're close to there, or there's one in South London. So there's different ones. They do different locations and different dates. So it's like
it'll be good to learn, honestly, because I need to build up upon it as well. Honestly speaking, yeah, we should. But
going back quickly to your vocal coaching, can you tell people how to like get in touch with you?
Yes. I mean, I'm mainly on Instagram, to be honest. So I think Instagram will be the best place. Sorry, I'm _ chosen. Yeah, that's my Instagram thingy. But yeah, you can message me on there or wherever that is, and we can book a session. Yeah, like it could be a consultation or coaching or whatever. Like it's fine. I'm open to anything. It's like we can talk about it and whatnot. So yeah.
I'll put it in the description box, her Instagram, so you can get in touch with her.
Thank you guys. But yeah, I'm also on YouTube, even though I'm not that active now. I need to come back on it. But yeah, it's just my name, Thomassia Bediako, on YouTube. Yeah.
Well, tell us a bit about what you do on your YouTube, so people can get a flavour.
Oh, it's quite a number of things, but mainly singing, mainly that. And I think I've posted quite a few like vocal technicalities or techniques in that sense as well. But it's been a while, like I said, guys. I need to get back on it. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you have a hymn? Usually people have a favourite hymn. I don't know if I have one. I've been thinking about it. Do you have a favourite hymn?
I would say, yeah, I do. Okay. I actually love "'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus, just to take him at his word, just to rest upon his promise, just to know that saith the Lord." I love that hymn so much. I sing that so much. I love it. The other ones I love as well, but that hymn, that's it. Yeah. Honestly, because I feel like it talks about you trusting in Jesus and everything. I think it's a powerful hymn. Yeah, I love it.
That's lovely.
But yeah, what was you know actually?
I'm trying to think what my favorite one would be. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of love, born of His Spirit. See, I gotta find it. I'm sorry. That one, I don't know. Whenever it's a go-to, I really like that one. Yeah,
it's actually a powerful one as well. I think they play a lot as well, or like sing it at like weddings and stuff as well. It's a great one. Yeah, they do. I mean, mostly in Ghana anyway. But I don't know about here. But yeah, mostly in Ghana. Most of the time, there's a wedding you hear blessed. Like, always. But yeah.
What's the difference between like the way that Ghanaians do worship and the way that British people do worship? Because obviously you've seen both. What's the difference?
Yeah. That's a good question. But at the same time too, even though I've been in like other churches, I've also been in with like maybe Ghanaians or Nigerians anyway. Yeah. So like hardly. Oh, what am I saying? I was in a British church. What am I saying? I was in one in uni for some time. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think back then, I'm saying back then as if I'm so old, but anyways, back then in general, it was mostly like songs. Obviously, gloriously and by God's grace, most gospel songs are great. Obviously, you should test the spirits as well, definitely. Like in terms of like it being maybe more Ghanaian or like more cultural, like you're saying earlier, or maybe in terms of it being more contemporary or whatever. Not to say that Ghanaians are not contemporary, but in that sense, like let's say maybe Hillsong etc. as well. I think most of them would go for that. Yeah. But that was back then. I know now they do incorporate, let's say even snatches. Because recently, I think, or like a few months, no, actually it's quite recent because I visited the church. So quite recently, they sang Waymaker, Miracle Worker. And I generally hadn't heard it before in general. I was like, oh, okay, you guys are... That kind of thing. So like, I feel like now they also go into songs like that as well. Because even in terms of exposure and everything, I feel like people have been mainly like exposed to even like African music and stuff like that in that sense. I don't want to say African music because it's not like African gospel music in that sense. So like I think for me, it was quite interesting to like come from like more of like Ghanaian songs and everything, and then coming into different like genres and stuff as well. It was great because like I mean from different cultures in that sense. Because like I love Ghanaian music. I also love Nigerian music as well, like gospel music as well. Like it's great, and like you know how lyrics also really matter. So I think focus on that too. Like yeah, I don't know if I answered the question.
No, you did. Thank you. Yeah.
But yeah.
I think for me, because like I'm Caribbean, but when I went to uni, a lot of the churches were filled with like music from Africa, so Ghana, Nigeria, things like that. So I think it kind of like exposed me a bit more
to that.
Different.
I think it helps too, doesn't it? It does.
Do you think it's important to like? So sometimes you go to a church and they will have like a different language or people that speak another language. Do you think it's easier to touch people in their language, or do you think music is universal?
That's a very good question. In that sense, I think one thing that I've learned is being able to even incorporate. If you know, like I think what also matters that you know the let's say cultural background of people in your church as well. So that like when there are times that you're leading worship or praises, like you incorporate those songs as well. I know music is universal and like obviously there's no barrier, and even with like I even mentioned before, I love Nigerian music because like I listen to Yoruba music and like Igbo sometimes and stuff. But then I also think that's important for you to be able to incorporate songs like that. Like if you have people maybe from Zim and stuff, like there's songs that we know that are like from Zim. I can't think of one at the moment. Shoot. But anyways, there are songs like that as well that you should try and incorporate in like your praises and stuff as well, so that like, you'll feel a sense of belonging. Even though some people may not necessarily mind, I think that form of love also matters, that you actually incorporate that. So yeah, music is universal and everything. It's fine, it's calm, but it's important. So I think we should definitely try and incorporate other songs. I know for me, like generally mostly I try to just stick to English, but then if I'm being there to sing Tree, if I'm being there to sing Igbo, I will actually sing it. That kind of thing. I think that's one thing that people in my church will know as well. Like I would sing the Yoruba, I sing the Igbo. If that's what I'm being there to, I'm singing it. In that sense, by God's grace. But like like I said, it's important that you incorporate other ones. If you know like the demographic of the church as well, it matters. I think it matters.
But can you teach us, if you can think of like a song that has a few lines maybe in your language or from Ghana, can you teach us something? Yeah.
Let's see, what song? Let me try and choose one that is probably easy. Oh yeah, one just came in mind. The song that goes aye 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 I know that one is like really
I like
simple.
the vocal flips though, nice.
And then like the main tree bit in that sense is Eja mebo mranye emrane sewo Eja mebo budin aseda sewo. Then again Eja mebo mranye emrane sewo Eja mebo budin aseda sewo. Like it's mainly saying that I will glorify you, I'll exalt your holy name, because Udin means your name. And we know that Jesus' name is powerful, it's great. So like it's mainly like saying that I will exalt you, I'll use my lips to like praise you, your holy name all the time, because you deserve all the glory, you deserve all the praise. That's mainly it.
That was lovely. I got little goosebumps.
Thank you. Oh, thank God for that. Thank God. But yeah.
Can you send me the song? Because I want to actually listen to it.
I'll sing it to you. Don't worry. I will.
Okay.
It's a great song. It's a glorious one. And I think it's actually been out there as well. I've seen quite a few number of people that actually sing it. Like abroad in that sense. Okay.
That's your favourite song in your country or in your language. If you could think of like an international song, so it could be, you said you mentioned Nigerian music or Zimbabwean music. Do you have one, a favourite one from there?
Olowo Gbogboro is turning things around. I know that is mixed with English, but that's what I call my favourite songs. And then there's also Frank Edwards. Okorobia mama Chonyem Jemonu mama Nare Kele Naro Tuto and so give Buchimo Anina Turigi Mama. It's Igbo.
Wow, she gave us clicks. She gave us singing.
I actually love that song so much.
Wow.
I love it. It's one of my favorite like praise songs, like one of my songs, and that's in Igbo. I love it. But that's another one that I love so much.
This gave me a whole new playlist.
I need to remember. I actually send it to you. You actually need to listen to it.
Thank you.
They're lovely. They're great.
Lovely.
Yeah.
You're doing really well with your music. Where do you see yourself going with music?
Yeah, I definitely would want to learn more in that sense. In terms of like the fact that learning and relearning is very important in general in life as humans in that sense. So yeah, I want to learn more from other vocal coaches, other people, from you yourself as well, and everyone in that sense. And I also write songs by the grace of God, especially the grace of God. So I'd want to also like venture more into that and like release more songs, like release songs by God's grace as well. Like yeah, that mainly. Yeah.
What kind of songs would you want to make for yourself?
Oh, definitely gospel, 100%. But then also, because at times I have some songs that could be like more like pop wise, and like some of them can be like more like R&B wise. Some of them could be like more of like maybe chilled in that sense. So like, yeah, I want to like venture into all of that with the songs that I have in that sense. So yeah, that's mainly it for me. Yeah.
This is just a hypothetical question, but if you could collaborate with any gospel artist, who would you want to
collaborate
with?
Wow. Who would I want to? Wow, I love that question. Who would I want to? I have quite a number of people in my head. Like, I absolutely love Niela. I don't know if you know Niela. No. She's in the UK. She's UK based, but she's Ghanaian as well.
Okay.
I think she's also Nigerian. I think she's like a quarter Nigerian. Not me mention her whole bio. Anyways, it's on her Instagram bio, guys. So I'm not like trying to out her. But anyways, yeah, she's insane. She's actually great. Wow. I would love that, honestly. Even if it's not a song and it's just having her somewhere. Listen, I would be grateful for that. She's great. And I also have a friend, he's called Nisoa. He's actually really good as well. His songs are amazing as well. And yeah, so him. And then definitely Victoria Renz, I would love to. I love that one of God so much. I love her. So for her as well. And then Nathaniel Bassi.
Okay, nice.
I love him. So yeah, I think mainly those people. Yeah, for me, yeah.
Well, all together on like doing a big
that would be amazing. I have no words. That would actually be great. But yeah, yes, please, that's it for me.
Okay. Trying to think who I would do, you know.
Is there?
I would say Tori Kelly.
She's really good, you know. Yeah. She's actually really good.
Fantasia doesn't really do gospel music, but when she does do gospel, her voice. Wow. Okay. So if she was
just a new movie that's coming out
with her
in it. I can't remember the title, but yeah.
Her voice is
honestly
insane.
It gives chills and everything. That's true.
Called Out music. Yeah.
He's actually good.
Got a good voice.
He's good. 100%.
And oh no, there's so many I can't pick. I don't know.
Listen, when you literally mentioned Called Out music, I just thought of someone. I literally thought of someone. I was like, oh my days, that person. But yeah.
No, I can't pick. I've literally got like 15 people in my head. In your head. I don't know.
Fair enough. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Has gospel music allowed you to have like different opportunities within your music career so far?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think I was reflecting from like 5 years ago. Because I saw quite a number of people like post their 5 years ago like stuff on Instagram, I think like some weeks ago, and it made me think of, I was like, what was I doing 5 years ago, that kind of thing. And I had this man of God, Pastor Amos, God richly bless you, he invited me to come and minister at this awards night.
Wow.
So it was like 5 whole years ago.
Wow.
And I think it was in Morden, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Somewhere in Morden, Mitcham, something like that. But like it was great. It was such a great experience because I honestly felt like I was like, I don't think I'm prepared. It's like 2017, what am I? That kind of thing. But I was like, God, please just have your way kind of thing in that sense. Well, not kind of thing, but yeah, in that sense. Yeah. And that was a great thing for me in that particular year, honestly, like for me to sing an awards, man, and he full on put gospel music minister. I was like, wow,
that's amazing.
Thank you, Jesus. That kind of thing. Not in terms of like the name or whatever, but like that form of like by God's grace that like
the opportunity.
So like for me, I'll definitely say that. And then like even in terms of like meeting people and like even in church as well. Yeah, like there've been like different opportunities in my life, and like being invited to minister and whatnot is great. Like I'm really grateful for that.
We thank
honestly,
God. Yeah. Wow, I'm very happy for you.
Saying thank you. Thank God.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah,
you do.
He's been really good.
Yeah.
Has singing gospel music helped to increase your faith at all? If so, how?
Definitely. Because there are times that I may not necessarily remember a scripture, but I remember a song that speaks of the love of God. Obviously, it's not all songs that will necessarily speak of scripture. Yeah. That's why I mentioned earlier to test the spirits in that sense. But yeah, for me, 100%. Like there are times that maybe I'm lost, and I'm like, Then I remember Lauren Day goes, you say I'm yours. Like Thomassia, you need to trust in him in this season, like in this time, and even be content as well, like all of that, like those times in that sense. So yeah, it definitely has built my faith, but not to say also not to read the word as well, because 100% it's important to read the word because it can also build your faith 100%. So yeah, I'd say that it has for me.
I agree. Is there a song that's like been on your heart like recently? Because there definitely has been for me. Over and over in my head.
Yeah, because you can have favorite songs, but then it's seasons, isn't it?
Yeah, seasons. Yeah.
For me right now, that's a good question. Oh, like one particular one, but it's been more of like songs that speak of me trusting him.
Okay.
Because I feel like at this particular season in time, it's more of me trusting him and like having that faith. Because and also my birthday was last month, thank God. It was the 23rd of May, and during that like a few days towards that, I was led to Psalm 90 verses 12. It talks about the fact that God should teach us to number our days so that we may gain a heart of wisdom. So that's been my word like since my birthday in that sense. And so yeah, it's been more of like songs that would remind me of that, as in terms of like me trusting him in turn or in the end of the fact that in terms of my purpose. So like if I'm trusting in him, like I'm able to like persevere, and I'm able to like realize that I need to be able to number my days. I need to be able to realize that each and every day matters. So like if I'm approaching it, it has to be from a place of wisdom, from being guided with like the wisdom of God in that sense. So yeah, it's been more of that like that. I don't know why I can't think of a song right now. It's actually really sad. Okay. But yeah. It's in more songs like that. Yeah. How about you?
I think within this last week, because a lot has been going on, I'll be honest with you, and I heard this song on TikTok, and I'd never actually heard it before, but in my spare moments, I've just been finding myself singing it, and I'm like, wow, like, I still remember it. I don't even know the name. It goes, yes, it is Jesus. Yes, it is Jesus. It's Jesus in my soul, for I have touched the hem of his garment, and his love has made me whole.
Oh, it's a lovely song.
I don't know the name of this song. I can't find it, but it's been in my heart.
It's a lovely song. I love it. It sounds really similar to another song that I know, but I can't even think of that song anyway. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, please just send it to me.
If I find it, I'll definitely send it on. Yeah,
it's a lovely song. It truly is Jesus. Yeah.
No, seriously.
Jesus. We thank God.
Yeah,
that's great.
And it just reminded me, like sometimes we're so like wrapped up in our heads, like when is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? But as you said, you just have to give everything to Jesus, honestly, because
it can be hard, but we really should.
Yeah,
like it's important to even obey as well. Yeah, that's true. Definitely.
So before we end, do you want to sing a song together? You can pick. Yeah. If I don't know it, I'll learn it. Let's sing together. Yeah.
Do you have one in mind? I actually don't.
Can't think.
Sing Jara. I know it's quite common, but I like it. I really love it, and I feel like even it speaks a lot as well. What key are we doing?
You sing, I'll follow you. Then let's do that.
You know, even choosing song. Do I need a song like that? Anyways. How does it begin again?
You can just sing the chorus.
You're enough. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Jireh, you are enough. Jireh, you are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. You are Jireh, you are enough. Girl, we should do stuff like these reels. We should.
Oh, I want to thank you so much for coming on here. It actually has really brightened up my day. Just honestly,
thank God for that. It has mine too. Thank you so much for having me. It's been great being here, and I just hope people are even like blessed by it as well. And yeah, and if you want to give your life to Christ, please do, because it's important that we do so.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's something I was thinking about actually. You might say that you don't necessarily believe in something, but everybody believes in something. Let's be for real. So like I'm hopefully. With everything that we said and everything, that you're more inclined to believe in God.
Definitely.
And if you would, you can give any of us a shout as well. And then we'd lead you to Christ by the grace of God.
Amen.
Yes, please do have a great one. Not me talking like, you know what, it's not mine. Don't that shout it.
No, please go
have your way. Sorry, but yes, it's been great being here. I'm so glad I'm here. Honestly speaking, I'm so glad that you invited me as well. It's been great, and I love you so much, sis. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So hopefully we can invite Thomassia back again at some point on the podcast. I'm going to make sure to put all of her details in the description box so that you can reach out to her for either vocal coaching or even just to ask her any questions about like faith or God or anything like that. I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, please. I'd love to.
Thank you.
By God's grace, I'd love to.
I will see you in the next episode.
Bye.